In today's fast-paced world, processed foods have become a go-to option for many, offering convenience and saving valuable time. But what if some of the most common processed foods contain a hidden danger that you're unaware of? A danger that doesn't show up on food labels and is nearly impossible to spot with the naked eye? The culprit is a toxic chemical called acrylamide, which forms when certain foods are cooked at high temperatures, like when they're fried, baked, or roasted. While acrylamide isn't an ingredient added to food intentionally, its effects on health are far from harmless. Acrylamide forms during cooking as a result of a chemical reaction, and its presence in our food has been linked to serious health risks, including an increased risk of cancer. In this video, we'll dive deeper into what acrylamide is, how it forms in your food, and most importantly, how you can reduce your exposure to protect your health. 1. What is acrylamide and why is it dangerous? Acrylamide is a chemical compound that is formed primarily when foods containing a significant amount of carbohydrates are cooked at high temperatures, typically over 120 degrees 248 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a byproduct of a natural chemical reaction called the Maillard reaction, which occurs between amino acids and sugars in foods. This reaction is responsible for the browning and flavor development in many cooked foods, such as fried potatoes, toasted bread, and roasted coffee. However, while acrylamide is a common byproduct of cooking at high temperatures, it is far from harmless. In fact, acrylamide is considered a probable human carcinogen. This means that long-term exposure to acrylamide may increase the risk of developing cancer. Studies have shown that it is particularly dangerous because it is a potent neurotoxin affecting both the brain and the nervous system. Additionally, acrylamide has been shown to negatively impact reproductive health. 2. How acrylamide forms in food. Acrylamide is not an ingredient that is added to food during processing, but rather it forms as a result of cooking. The process that leads to its formation is known as the Maillard reaction, a complex chemical reaction between amino acids, specifically asparagine, and reducing sugars, such as glucose and fructose. When these compounds are exposed to high heat, typically above 120 degrees Celsius, 248 degrees Fahrenheit, they react to form acrylamide. This is why foods that are fried, baked, roasted, or toasted at high temperatures are more likely to contain acrylamide. For example, a food like a potato contains the amino acid asparagine. When the potato is cooked at high temperatures, such as when it is deep fried to make French fries, the heat causes the asparagine to react with sugars in the potato, creating acrylamide. The same process occurs with foods containing high levels of both sugars and proteins, such as grains and cereals. In other words, foods that are high in carbohydrates and are subjected to heat above 120 degrees Celsius can form acrylamide. The higher the cooking temperature and the longer the cooking time, the greater the potential for acrylamide formation. 3. Foods that contain acrylamide. Acrylamide can be found in many of the processed foods that people commonly consume. It is most prevalent in foods that are prepared using high-heat cooking methods like frying, baking, and roasting. Understanding which foods contain acrylamide is crucial in reducing exposure to this harmful compound. Below are the most common foods that may contain acrylamide: potato chips and French fries. Potato chips and French fries are two of the most common sources of acrylamide in the modern diet. Potatoes contain asparagine, and when they are fried at high temperatures, acrylamide forms as a byproduct of the Maillard reaction. The darker the color of the fries or chips, the higher the concentration of acrylamide. The formation of acrylamide is especially common in fast food restaurants, where fries are often cooked at very high temperatures for long periods of time. It is also important to note that acrylamide levels can vary based on the type of potato used and the cooking method. For example, some brands of potato chips are intentionally cooked at lower temperatures to reduce the acrylamide content. However, fast food fries and frozen French fries tend to have higher levels of acrylamide due to their cooking process. Baked goods, cookies, cakes, crackers. Baked goods like cookies, cakes, and crackers are another significant source of acrylamide. These foods are typically baked at high temperatures, which allows the Maillard reaction to occur. Many baked goods are made from refined sugars and flours, which are key ingredients for acrylamide formation. The longer these products are baked, the more acrylamide is produced. For example, cookies that are golden brown or overcooked tend to have higher levels of acrylamide. Likewise, crackers and other baked snack foods that are crisped in an oven can also contain significant amounts of acrylamide. Processed cereals that are toasted or baked are similarly affected. Roasted coffee. While coffee is a beloved beverage worldwide, it is also a significant source of acrylamide. During the roasting process, the beans are subjected to high temperatures, which causes the formation of acrylamide. The darker the roast, the lower the acrylamide levels, as the chemical breaks down at higher temperatures. Lightly roasted coffee beans, on the other hand, contain up to 10 times the amount of acrylamide as dark roasted coffee beans. It is important to note that the amount of acrylamide in coffee can vary depending on the type of coffee and the roasting method. Organic dark roasted coffee tends to have lower levels of acrylamide compared to lighter roasts or non-organic coffee. Breakfast cereals. Breakfast cereals, particularly those that are toasted, can contain acrylamide. The formation of acrylamide in cereals occurs during the baking or toasting process, especially in cereals made from refined grains. Cornflakes, bran flakes, and other toasted cereals may contain acrylamide depending on their preparation. Children are particularly vulnerable to the effects of acrylamide as breakfast cereals are often a staple in their diet. Toasted bread. Toast is another everyday food that may contain acrylamide. The browner the toast, the higher the acrylamide content. When bread is toasted, the sugars and amino acids in the wheat react under the heat, producing acrylamide. For those who enjoy toasted bread, it is important to avoid over-toasting or burning the bread, as this increases the formation of acrylamide. Additionally, choosing whole grain bread over refined white bread may reduce the amount of acrylamide, since whole grains tend to have lower levels of the amino acid asparagine. Processed snacks. Processed snacks, including corn chips, pretzels, and various snack foods, often contain acrylamide due to the high-temperature processes used in their production. These snacks are frequently made from refined flour and cornstarch, both of which contribute to the formation of acrylamide when fried or baked. While snack manufacturers may not explicitly label the acrylamide content of their products, research has shown that many popular snack brands contain significant amounts of this toxic substance. Crackers and other crackers-like products. Similar to cookies, crackers are another type of baked good that is prone to acrylamide formation. The use of refined flour and baking at high temperatures make crackers a common source of acrylamide. Crackers that are golden brown or overcooked tend to have higher levels of acrylamide. Eating crackers as a snack may expose you to significant amounts of this compound, especially if the crackers are from brands that use high-heat processing methods. 4. How to reduce acrylamide in your diet. While it may not be possible to completely avoid acrylamide, there are several ways to reduce your exposure to this harmful chemical. Below are some strategies that can help minimize the formation of acrylamide in foods. Choose cooking methods that use lower temperatures. One of the most effective ways to reduce acrylamide in your diet is by using cooking methods that involve lower temperatures. Instead of frying or roasting foods, consider steaming, boiling, or microwaving them. These cooking methods do not expose foods to the high temperatures necessary for acrylamide formation. If you must bake or fry, use lower temperatures and shorter cooking times to minimize the production of acrylamide. Opt for saturated fats over seed oils. When frying foods, choose oils that are more stable at high temperatures, such as coconut oil or butter. These oils are less likely to break down and form harmful compounds like acrylamide. On the other hand, seed oils such as sunflower, canola, and soybean oils tend to degrade at high temperatures and may contribute to the formation of acrylamide in fried foods. Avoid overcooking or burning food. The longer food is cooked at high temperatures, the greater the chance for acrylamide to form. To reduce acrylamide levels, avoid overcooking or burning your food. For instance, if you are toasting bread or baking potatoes, aim for a light golden color rather than dark brown or blackened surfaces. This will help reduce the amount of acrylamide in your meal. Reduce processed food intake. Since processed foods are the primary source of acrylamide, reducing your intake of these foods is an important step in minimizing exposure. Focus on eating more whole, unprocessed foods, such as fresh vegetables, fruits, lean meats, and whole grains. These foods are naturally lower in acrylamide and other harmful chemicals. Choose dark roasts for coffee. If you enjoy coffee, opt for dark roasted varieties. Dark roasted coffee beans are less likely to contain acrylamide compared to lighter roasts. If you drink coffee regularly, switching to dark roast can significantly reduce your exposure to this toxic compound. Add protective foods to your diet. Certain foods contain compounds that may help neutralize the effects of acrylamide. For example, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, and Brussels sprouts contain protective compounds that may help reduce the impact of acrylamide on your body. Garlic, onions, and foods rich in vitamin C, such as citrus fruits, bell peppers, and tomatoes, may also offer protective effects. Drinking green tea and consuming spirulina are other options for neutralizing the harmful effects of acrylamide. Acrylamide is a harmful compound that forms when certain foods are cooked at high temperatures, and it is a significant source of concern due to its potential to cause cancer and neurological damage. Many everyday foods, including French fries, baked goods, coffee, and processed snacks, contain acrylamide. By making informed choices about how to cook and what foods to eat, you can significantly reduce your exposure to this toxic compound. Choosing cooking methods that use lower temperatures, using healthier oils, and eating more whole foods can help protect your health. Being mindful of acrylamide content in your diet is an important step in reducing cancer risk and promoting overall well-being.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more informative videos like this one. Thanks for watching.